Alright, hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to take a different direction. A lot of people are showing some really pretty cool stuff, rare baseball cards and neat things. But I wanted to show that I am a book collector as well. A lot of people you don't know I'm actually a book collector. And I collect, rare books and very common books and just books from my childhood mostly. And that's what I really enjoy. Well, am I going to read all of them? Probably not. And I've read some of them. This is an interesting example, and I just wanted to show you how I search for books. So when you think of used books, you think of two places, used bookstores and Goodwill. And when people say Goodwill, they usually mean whatever thrift store. It's like Kleenex. They say Kleenex, they don't say tissue. They don't say, Teen Challenge. They don't say, Salvation Army. They don't say, Second Time Around or whatever the thrift store is down the street here. They say Goodwill. And then when you walk into a Goodwill, it's like, okay, I have a book in mind. I actually found it, but it's all beat up and ruined, and it's not in very good condition, and it's $1.99. It's a kid's book. They should be, what, $1 at the most. So you leave disgusted thinking that that book is really common because it is a Apple paperback from 1984, and it's like, though I see those on the shelves all the time. And I'm seeing fewer and fewer of these, but that is beside the point. Not really, but it's not the whole point. So this book here is a different twist by, I think, Elizabeth Levy, and it's from 1984, and you're like, okay, book from 1984 shouldn't be all that rare, and it probably isn't. Okay, this one is listed for $19.95, and I'm trying to figure out, now why is this listed for $19.95? And it says it's in good condition, pre-owned condition, some minor creasing, blah, blah. Good, I guess, good pre-owned condition. There's nothing special about this book. They should just call it average. It's just an average book with folded corners, creasing, and toned pages and that sort of thing. But, it's not been mistreated. It's just been well loved. So let's put it at that. And that's not, again, the focus of this video. And when you look into the description of this book, most of it's already on the front cover by the author, the title, what it's based on, and it's an Apple paperback and everything. And I say, well then, I said, okay, well there's got to be another copy of this book for less than $20 plus $3.82 for shipping. So you go to one of the large sites called Abe Books, or Advanced Book Exchange, and I've bought many things from them, but you will know that most sellers like to use generic images. And if you're like a cover collector, if you're an artist that took art in college, if you're like Scott, who is a great artist, some of those books that you had when you were a kid, when Hardy Boys were changing from the 70s to the 80s, they changed the covers. And sometimes the sizes changed. And it's like, oh, they don't match the other books on my shelf. That stinks. And then somebody would get you one or a whole bunch, and then one would come and you get a different artist. Like, oh, crud, I don't like the artwork on this book. I want them to all match. And that's just me, because the stories are secondary. Stories don't change, but the covers do. So this one here says there's a different twist. And unfortunately, there is no cover picture there. No cover art. This one's published by Scholastic Incorporated. That doesn't tell me a whole lot, but it's $13.93. Why is a book that's usually, a couple bucks, $13, $14? Here's another one without the picture there, and here is a third one. This one is being sold out of Australia, dated 1984, and this is what you usually see for the Apple paperbacks. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. I tried to click on that, and it will usually have like some sort of border with some sort of kind of almost photorealistic art of the people in question of the book there on the front of it. And I have many of those books, and my sister had plenty of those as well, too, in our collections. And I didn't save all mine. I got rid of most of mine. Encyclopedia Brown, Donald J. Sobel is an author I collect, and I also have his autograph. He's since passed away. But he was amazed that I was searching out certain renditions of the book, and he thought that was really cool. And I did, too. And that was my whole point of this video. But it's a cheap book. It's only $4.24, but $21.50 out of Australia. So that comes out to pretty much what you're going to pay in America. But that's not the cover I'm looking for. And the other thing, the main thing that you want to look for, which may or may not be correct, a lot of people say, well, you can look to see if it's a first edition. How am I going to know it's a first edition? Maybe it's the first American edition. Maybe it's the first Apple paperback edition. Maybe it's the first, Scholastic paperback edition. We want to go back to this different twist right here, which has the photograph cover. This is actually from ABC Weekend Specials, and I remember that one, and that was a really pretty good one. They kind of had, like, I think a Magic Jack or something that was based on Oliver Twist or something like that. I'm not really 100% sure about that one, because it's been so long that I've seen it, probably since the 80s. But the thing that I do not see on this particular listing, it was well listed, nice, well picture taken, but the most important thing you will need for a book searching is the ISBN number. I cannot find the ISBN number anywhere on here. I mean, that is just one of the first things you should put on there, because you go to a books here and you've got ISBN number 9780590443173, and then you go to the next one and you got 293 and 293, and then we go back to 173. This is only one website that I've looked at so far, and I checked eBay. That Different Twist is the only copy on all of eBay. And then I checked the completed and the sold listings, and there were no books of that particular one that have sold. No Different Twists have sold. But this was a popular book based on, or a TV show was produced on this popular book, so it shouldn't be that rare of a book. I could go to Salvation Army and look through 10,000 books that they have there, kids' books alone, and not find any Apple paperbacks, which were very, very common. I'll find maybe the newer ones from like the late 90s, early 2000s, but I won't find any or maybe one or two from 1984, and they'll be completely beat up, but they're not rare. Maybe other people are collecting these books, I have no clue. And you've seen from the Arthur books I've been picking up, each one is very, very different. And I went through all of those 5,000, 10,000 books or whatever they were. It was a lot of books. It may not even be that many. I found 0 Arthur books, but yet it's a popular author, so there should be at least 1 or 2. And then I went to the Goodwill bins, and they have all the books laid out in bins. And guess where I found the Arthur book? I found it mixed in with the hard goods and clothes, and it was marked $1.99. Shop Goodwill.com or whatever, or Goodwill Books or whatever it was. And so $2 is about as max as you ever want to pay for a kid's book, unless there's some real reason for it. But I just want to show you the differences and the difficulties of trying to find the right edition of a book, because again, the inside of the book is not as important as the outside of the book. If you're a book and cover collector. And that is just another look into my collection. Very interesting, difficult way to search for things, but thank you for watching.